Okay, can you guys hear me? Andrew, can't hear me? I love technology.
Isn't this the same thing that happened last time?
Corinne, you probably had black and gold on today, so I didn't see it, but I bet you did.
I wore neutral colors today.
Hold on, volume, hold on. Holy smokes. Hold on, I can't hear you guys. Hey, help me out.
Testing.
Can you hear us now?
No,
Because it's every time.
you gonna plug it in?
Hey, can you guys hear? We're getting no audio again out of your laptop. You can hear us? Okay, can
Yeah,
you talk?
we can hear you. Can you guys hear us up there?
Yeah, we're good.
I got you. This garbage is gonna end. We're gonna go in person. I'm tired. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah, that would be great, Ben.
I know.
The emotions that you're feeling right now to sort of break that streak in close games, do it against your rival. I mean, just a lot of stuff for you came out well today.
Credit to our seniors, our kids, our team, coaching staff for hanging in there when I'm losing my mind on the sidelines. And they did a fabulous job top to bottom today. We overcome a lot of adversity. We weren't clean by any stretch of the imagination. And like I said, we have guys like one of them in here, O'Shea Trujillo right here, who just like I said, after Southern Utah, he willed us to victory, and him and Ramo Trevino and Kenan. I mean, we got a solid group of guys that deserve to have success like this.
Yeah, I guess what was the toughest moment for you as you were going through it? I mean, it was pretty stressful down there on the side.
That stretch second through the third quarter where, you know, we come out and got on top of them, and then we needed to get that next drive to we talked about the next three drives were going to be the ones that were going to take their will, and it wasn't, it didn't happen, and we started just making some mistakes in offense and in the kicking game, and we got that kind of rectified, but credit the defense for holding them out when we needed to and holding them to field goals when they were given short fields, because that doesn't do the defense any favors. So Roger Cooper was dialed in all day.
Yeah, what was it like watching the defense, not only play well all game, but also seal the win on that last drive, especially, when they've given up a couple drives in bad situations the last two games.
They changed kind of what they were doing that one drive where they went zip down and scored. They started attacking the boundary a little bit more than they had all day. And Coop was adjusting to it, and then we fixed it there on that last drive. So it was a good job by him. He and JB Hall upstairs are constantly grinding on that. So they did a good job. Great job.
Did you start getting flashbacks to those Eastern Washington and UC Davis games where you're like, oh no, not again? And how nice was seeing that defense close it out?
I didn't think one bit about not again. That wasn't in my wheelhouse. I was like, we were going to stop them. We were going to stop them. We were going to stop them. And the guys did a great job. There was that didn't enter my thought process one bit. Maybe that's wrong, but it didn't.
I heard you talking to Prater in the ball game on Friday about how much this game means to everyone. Did it feel like it was really amped up in the sidelines and what you really wanted to expect it all year? Hey,
whenever you play your in-state rival, it better be. Otherwise, you're not doing your job as a coach, as a player, and as a program. So this started Saturday afternoon in Davis, California at roughly 5:30, this whole victory.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge win for you guys, not obviously against a rival, but also your first home win of the spring season. How nice is that to get that one too in the last one?
Yeah, well, that's if they don't go to the playoffs, nobody from the state of Idaho goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I know next time
if we don't go to the playoffs, nobody. Yeah, hey, if we don't go to the playoffs, nobody from the state of Idaho goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this is next time you play them, it's a full house. You guys announced full capacity. How nice is that for the university and your program?
It's the way it should be right now. I don't see why it isn't. We should have full house today.
Coach, was there a reason you guys were on the other side of the field tonight?
Yeah, because the 2002 Big Sky Championship team, they were that's the sideline they were on, and that's who we want to emulate. We want to be the next Big Sky Championship team, and we decided as a team, had the leadership council have a meeting, and we discussed it, and we want to be like I said, get back to where that 2002 team was. So we came over to this sideline.
Just after Black Flag Week and all that represents, and the brotherhood that you guys have gone through this past week, especially, just what does it mean to come out with a win against the rivals today?
Right. It's anytime you beat your rival by 1 point, by 30 points, it don't matter. It's a big deal, especially with a team ranked in the top 25 that had playoff aspirations, and we feel we had playoff aspirations after our first game and Southern Utah, and it didn't happen. But we're a minute away, and it woulda, coulda, shoulda's never solve or help anybody. But we're about a minute away from being 4-1, sitting second in place. But we're 2-3, and that's the fact of the matter. And we got to go to down to Weber next week, which is a very difficult place to play. They're going to be getting ramped up, ready to go, and it's going to be a big matchup. And I think we've improved week by week since this thing started, and it's going to be it's always a fun game when the Bengals and the Wildcats get together.
Can you just kind of, oh, sorry, Andrew. Can you just kind of describe just what was said in the locker room after this win?
We sang the fight song, which we always do. And we just said to one another, that's what should have been happening this whole time. We knew we could do it. And it was that's, you don't really need to say much in there. It's the best part about it is singing the fight song with the guys. So, and I guess they hit me with the Gatorade on the field. I'm all gross right now. So I'm going to have to go take a shower. My wife ain't gonna be too happy with me right now. Maybe she will since we won, I guess.
Yeah, how much respect do you feel like that gives you? I mean, just you were close to taking down 2 ranked teams before. Now you got them. I mean, I know you feel like you were right up there with a lot of other teams in the country, but you were 1-3. I mean, how much do you feel like that adds to the
Yeah, well, Idaho State, we have to fight, scratch, claw, bite, anything to get any inch of respect out of people. They don't realize how good of a program we are. They just see the record, see, they don't see the 31-27 game. They don't see the 46-42. All they see is Eastern Washington win, Idaho State lose. So, I don't think people give us the amount of respect that we need. We need to go above and beyond what a Montana or Montana State or a Weber State does in order to get to garner votes. And I can go back to 2018 when we were sitting 6-3 and barely cracked the top 25. Montana 6-3. They're probably ranked 1 in the nation with a freaking 4-game home seed for the playoffs. And that, Andrew, you were there. I was there.
Yeah. No, I know. Talking about Tanner Conner, and we can talk about him generally, I wanted to talk about the big one right at the end of the third quarter, right? You had struggled on offense the second and third quarter. How good does it feel to just be able to dial up that deep ball to Tanner and know that he's probably going to have the advantage, especially when you're not getting anything else going?
Jeez. Yeah. They were stuffing the run pretty well. They were playing with a pretty good loaded box. And I'll tell you what, number 8, that dude is legit. I mean, I tell you, it's always good that you have the opportunity to hit Tanner on some deep balls. And I think Tyler will tell you, he has a ton of confidence in it. And the guy, he's a Big Sky sprint champion. And so, we know he's got some speed. So we're fortunate to be able to hit him. And I think Tyler did you get whacked on that seal too? Tyler hung in there and launched that thing and Tanner ran underneath it.
Yeah, and just Tanner in general. I mean, the 5th most receiving yards in a game in ISU history. Yeah, 208. So, just how big was he today? I mean, what is he able to do for you today?
I'm sorry, you're kind of muffled there.
What was he able to do well for you today? I mean, how big is he for you for the offense?
Well, he established a vertical threat, which softens up the corners. We flipped him a little fly sweep and he got a good gain out of that as well. He's always a threat. You know, the thing with Tanner is his size and strength is like a tight end almost. So when he gets into the next level, he's usually the biggest guy, and he runs over dudes, I think. So he, you know, that's just what he brings to the table. He's been around here 5 years and he deserves this.
What was that punt at the end of the first half? I mean, was that a called fake?
No. I made a extreme bonehead error on third down. I should have mandated. We were going to try to attack him. We were going to stay in attack mode, try to go get something out of it. And it's third down. They had no timeouts. We could have ran the clock out if I mandate run the ball. But I said, hey, let's go and let's try to get something. And shoot, a sack would have, you know, here's a problem in a clock drive. We always tell the quarterback, don't take a sack. And so Tyler, you know, did what he's coached to do and threw it away. But if he would have taken a sack, would have ran the clock out. But no, I think they brought a lot of heat, and Kevin got a little panicked. And you know, we're lucky that we survived that. And the defense, you know, anytime you give them the opportunity, they have a great kicker, that team. And you know, that was a bad bonehead. That was my mistake. My terrible mistake on the third down call on the offense. I should have screened, run the ball, and I didn't, and that's my fault. I got to be better.
What was the atmosphere, you know, like down on the sideline with the fans being here, and of course not a full crowd, but they got loud at some points?
All right. Well, see, we can't. I don't know. Ask the players that are in here, because I got headphones on, so I can't really hear what's going on. But I know the guys are. We have a bunch of dudes that are tuned in and want this thing to go. And I know the team was locked in and focused. But ask them, because they're the ones that hear it. I don't really.
Okay, will do. That's good for me, Rob. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Congrats on the win.
All right. Well, it's because you didn't wear black and gold like the red against Eastern. I've been
I
waiting.
wore neutral colors today.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so we'll have Tyler, and then we'll have O'Shea, and then we'll have Tanner, Connor, and then Rasheed Williams.
Stick up.
Yeah, Tyler, I'll go. I mean, just how does it feel to get the rivalry win your first time playing Idaho?
It's an unreal feeling, you know, just the rivalry that is there. And I think this game just means a lot more than just a rivalry game. You know, there's kind of bad blood in the water between both teams, and to come out on top it's incredible. It's, you know, nothing beats winning, but nothing or winning against your rival, nothing can top that. So it was just a surreal moment.
Yeah, were you able to feel it down on the field? I mean, a little bit of added intensity, a little bit of added stakes to this one.
Yeah, it was pretty chippy for the most part. I mean, they were, excuse my language, they were talking a lot of shit. So I think that just makes the win more bittersweet, so to speak. But yeah, it was. You could definitely tell just the atmosphere of the game. There was high stakes.
And I want to ask you about that play to Tanner too, right at the end of the third quarter. I mean, you hadn't gotten anything basically for 2 quarters, and you were able to just get it up there. I mean, how much of a relief is it to be able to throw it to him when you don't have anything else working, because you know that he's probably faster than his guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was the look we wanted. We got a single high look, and like I texted Tanner yesterday. I was just messing with him. I said, "Hey, run deep. I'll throw it deeper." So that's, you know, that's kind of from the first pass. That's kind of what happened, and it was just, you know, to have Tanner as a deep threat, it's unreal. You know, just knowing that he's going to run by his guy, he's going to go up. He's probably the biggest receiver on the field. He's going to go make a play for me, and all the credit to all the receivers. They made me look way better than I am. So it's just having that receiver core is very helpful.
Yeah, how much did that play give you your confidence back after, you know, the second, third quarter where you were struggling? You started out really well, struggled for a couple quarters, and then it seemed like that play sort of flipped the switch again.
Yeah, it was tough to get in that rut. You know, it's, as a quarterback, that's not where you want to be. You know, we had a bunch of 3 and outs, missed passes. I threw 2 picks and 2 back-to-back drives. So, you know, you're always looking for just an easy completion just to get back in that rhythm. But like I said, we got that look, and I knew Tanner was down there, so I knew he was going to make a play. And I think that sparked a lot of our offense's confidence, just looking, the offensive sideline, we were pretty flat. We, just had 2 turnovers. We weren't doing much on offense. So that play definitely sparked us on offense big time.
Hey, Tyler, can you just kind of explain what your first Black Flag week was like here?
Honestly, I didn't really know what it meant at first. It's a rivalry game, honestly, but I didn't really know what the black flag meant until Coach Fenn, told us on Monday. So it's just having that mentality that you don't lose. You won't come off that field unless you have a win. And I think it showed during practice. We had that killer instinct that, Coach Ferreter talked about with the quarterbacks and the offense, but that's just kind of what it is. You're not going to, like Coach Fenn said, surrender or die. That's kind of what it is. We're not going to surrender. So we either win or, we're going to give everything we got out on the field. So it's really just a mindset. And like my first Black Flag week coming out with a victory, 1-0 against these guys here. And there's no better feeling than that.
I know you kind of talked about how you guys had a bad taste in your mouth about Idaho since they got the win on you last time. Just how motivated did that make you guys to get that win today?
I think it added a little fuel to the fire, definitely, especially, being this, in the same state. There's University of Idaho and Idaho State. And just the way that they do things, I don't think that, it's kind of button heads with what we do. So, but yeah, it's like I said, there's more intensity. There's, more energy in the air. Practices, you're playing for something bigger, if that makes sense. Obviously in every game you want to win, but this game, it's your in-state rivalry. It's like a sibling rivalry. You always want to have bragging rights. You always want to win. So it's, like I said, just to win that game is there's no better feeling.
How do you think this spring season is building confidence in everyone's play? I mean, your freshman receivers are stepping up as well.
It's huge. I think the spring season, everyone talked about the pros and cons, but I think, looking at this spring season, there was no negatives. I mean, yeah, injuries happen, but that's football. Injuries are going to happen regardless. For me, it helped my confidence. I didn't know what this offense is really about. I got 5, essentially 6 free games under my belt just to kind of learn and grow and see, what this team is really about, what these freshman receivers can do. If we didn't have this, granted, their first game would probably be, next August, next September. And then you're like, then this kind of reality check at that point. So I just think these 6 games are like, we look at them 6 free games, like nothing to lose, everything to gain. Let's go out there and give it our all every single time.
You mentioned a fan. I mean, next time you guys play Idaho, it's a full capacity crowd. How nice is that going to be to see the whole stands just filled up with Bengal fans? Yeah,
that's going to be incredible. I think given this team's talent and what we can do, I think there'll be a lot of sellouts next year. Just with the talent that we have, the support that we have here at Idaho State, start winning a couple of games. I think we'll really sell this place out. So I'm looking forward to what Holt is like in a full-time setting. Thank you, guys.
Real. Hello.
Hey, O'Shea, what's up?
How you doing?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Better mood than last time.
Definitely. Yeah. What were the emotions, at the end of the game there?
Like they kept saying, it's an in-state rival. Those games, like you said, there's Idaho and Idaho State in the state of Idaho. So we want to be the team of Idaho. And doing that today helps us for now and the future.
Yeah, I saw you at the end of the game, sort of in the victory formation, pumping the stands up. Just what was that feeling like, knowing that you had gotten it done?
It was great. I mean, we as a defense, we said we put those last 2 games, Eastern and UC Davis, right on our shoulders. In the last minute, they won those games. So we went out there, we had an opportunity, and we got off the field on 4th down. No matter when they had no timeouts.
Yeah, you had the exact same situations the last 2 games. This time you got it done. How good does it feel to sort of, get the monkey off your back a little bit in that situation and to get it done for the team?
That's huge. I mean, we got a lot of young guys, as you guys have seen in offense, but we got a lot of young guys on defense too. So just seeing we're coming together, the ball is turning, we're going to be doing something here real soon.
One play that really stood out for me with you was that sack that you had on the third down where you kind of just flew off the edge. Take me to that play and how awesome was that feeling?
Short line, you got to win. Anything in your blood, ounce, like he said, surrender or die. Go win a short yardage. That's what good players do, big players do. So you got to show up.
And we talked to Tyler about the offense, how they're picking up momentum and their feel out. Do you think this preseason has helped the defense to kind of figure things out?
Yeah, I mean, just being out there, we knew what they were going to do. I mean, we stopped them early. We held them to 3, and then obviously big plays are going to happen, but it's just staying disciplined and doing those little things so those big plays don't happen.
I mean, you got Weaver again. You guys, surrendered against them a lot of points. I mean, how do you fix that thing and end the season on a high note?
I'm going to say we know what we did wrong last time, and I can't wait to play them.
I know that you guys, this game was really close, just like the last couple of games. What do you think you guys did differently right at the end to win it?
I wholeheartedly think we believe in the person on offense, person on defense, to the left, to the right of you. That's what you got to do in this game. You can't beat 11 guys by yourself. So trusting the guys out there with you, doing the right things.
Just knowing that it was Black Flag Week, do you think that had anything to do with just how powerful you guys came out there today and grow any closer at all this week?
I definitely think we grew closer this week. We had a good practice of offense, defense, and special teams. It's just doing that week in and week out, you know what I mean? So now that next week is in Black Flag, okay, we need to still have Black Flag effort during this week, during this last final game, you know what I mean? I keep saying that we can be the big bad wolf for the next 2 weeks. We already got one. Now we got one more to do.
Yeah, just one more. I mean, you were here last year. Tyler wasn't, right? Like, how good does it feel coming off that 2019 game where there was, some bad blood and you guys went down pretty hard?
We know why we lost that game. We felt like a lot of stuff went negative or wrong that game on both sides of the ball. So obviously we knew we were going to have to come out here next year today.
Is that
That's
it for
good for
O'Shea?
me. Yep. Thank you, O'Shea.
Thank you.
Tanner? See you.
Hey, Tanner, heck of a game.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
How are you feeling? How did you feel at the end of that game as, you guys were kneeling out the clock?
I've never been a part of that. I've never been a part of the victory formation before. And so that was awesome for me. Seeing we had Rashid and O'Shea out there. It was really fun to have the seniors go out and actually end the game on our terms. We talk about it all the time. We want to end the game on our terms and not, the last 2 games we weren't able to do that. So just finally to have that feeling and do it against our rival, it couldn't have been any better.
Yeah. Who else did you have out there with you?
I think it was just Mishi. We had Shub out there and then O'Shea. That are the weird ones that are out there. So everybody else is just our offense.
What was working for you today? I mean, you got off to a good start really early. I mean, did you sort of know right from the beginning that you had the advantage on their secondary?
Yeah, I mean, we watched the film and we had full confidence we could take advantage of it. And so, like Tyler joked about earlier, he said, we're going to throw deep and I'm going to throw it to you. And I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. So came out, that was what we did and just kept working and had some good plays dialed up, ran some good plays off of some ones that we had them cheating on a little bit. And so the deep ball was just working and we just felt like we really had them dialed in. We felt that our receiving core was better than their secondary.
That big play at the end of the third quarter, I mean, what did you see on that play? How big was it to get that play to sort of, pull the offense out of the slump that you guys have been in?
Yeah, that was huge because we definitely got into that rut and we had been running a few plays that were kind of getting to suck up a little bit. And so we kind of stemmed it the same way. And as soon as I knew he was driving on the out, I went up and I knew I could run down the field. And Tyler threw a great ball with pressure in his face. So couldn't have been happier. And that was a great spark for our offense.
Anything else for Tanner?
Hey Tanner. So I know that you guys were up 14-6 going into half. You didn't, probably not the way you wanted to end it with a field goal from Idaho, but just what did you guys say at the half to keep the energy up and try to hang on to that lead?
Yeah, we kept talking about we need to just step on the gas. Like we could not give them any breathing room because we've known in the past when we've been up and we give them breathing room, it comes out and bites us in the butt. So in the halftime we came in, we were disappointed that we didn't put up more on the offensive side, kind of shot ourselves in the foot a few times. So we came in, so we just got to step on the gas and we started getting going. Didn't necessarily do what I guess we wanted to do in terms of putting a lot more pressure on them, but we got enough to get the job done. The defense did a great job at the very end. It was very exciting.
And just as a leader on this team, how do you step up during Black Flag Week to show these guys the Black Flag mentality?
Yeah, I feel like this season I've had opportunities to have more effort in my play, especially my run blocking and just trying to get more after the catch, trying to score after every single catch. And so this is a perfect opportunity to kind of turn it around for myself and really show the guys like what it's like to just go for it every single play. So every single catch I had, I wanted to do more with it, and just showing them that we had all confidence. I was trying to be light hard with the freshmen on the sideline, kind of joking with them. And so make sure, because there's a lot of pressure in those kind of games. So my job is kind of keep them level headed and so they can stay in the game, because I want the pressure to get to them, and they did great. So.
Yeah, I mean, how huge is this for you guys as receiving core as a whole, especially those freshmen, like you mentioned, where this is kind of like a free season for you guys, and it's going to help even more this fall, you think, right?
Yeah, of course. I wish I had this opportunity they had when I was a freshman. I never had the opportunity. I maybe got 3 plays at practice. Like it's just different now with our team and how young we are. So having this free season is great for them. They get a free season to go out and play D1 football right after high school, and they're doing great and they're adapting and they're only going to get better. So nothing but benefits for the young guys.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Tanner, sorry, just your thoughts coming back after the 2019 game against them, which was, the real low point for you guys that season.
You mean coming back for this game and winning?
Yeah, I mean, just what were your thoughts, having this be the next time that you play them after that game? I mean, I imagine, that game was still wearing on you guys a little bit, even though it was, so long ago and you want to put it behind you, but just the way you guys lost.
Yeah, I was here for the game where Tanner Goller threw for however many touchdowns and we shredded them. And then I was here for the game when we lost to them at their place. And so I could have done a lot better in that 2019 game. I actually didn't have the best game, had a lot of drops and just didn't do as well. And so I took it upon myself to make sure that I was going to go out. If nobody else did their job, I was going to do my job and do more to help pick up the slack. So, but everybody did great. I was proud of the team, and it just left a great taste in our mouth to come out with the victory. I think a lot of guys are finally relieved because we've been so close for so long and we finally did it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Thanks, Tanner.
here comes Rashid.
Hey, Rashid, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming down.
Yes, sir, of course.
Your feelings just as the oldest guy on the team, seeing that and, getting that win over the rival. I mean, you've played them both the previous 2 times, or you were there at least.
Yeah.
And now to get the win and sort of take the advantage back in the rivalry.
It feels great, man. Honestly, like you said, we went there in 2019. That game didn't go how we wanted to, and then just to be a part of this and have the impact I feel I did on the game, and just with celebrating with all my teammates, is no better feeling in the world than a victory over your rival.
Yeah, you were out there for sort of the kneel down, the victory formation at the end of the game too. Just who did Ben tell you to go out there? Or
Yeah. I got moved victory formation at the start of this spring. He put me and O'Shea back there, so that's something different for me. I've never been in a backfield, and let alone in college. So, but hell yeah, that was a real good feeling out there to take a knee and just know we finished them off and got the job done, executed our plan.
And for you on the defense, I mean, just being back in the same situation that you had been in the last 2 games, where you had given up the drives at the end, to be back in that same situation, what were you thinking going into that final drive
I was
there?
telling guys on the sideline, I was being vocal and letting everybody know, look, we were here these last 2 weeks, and we know we put the work in, what came with Black Flag effort and practice all week, that, we had to finish this one off. And I saw what Idaho did to Southern Utah on their last play of the game last week. And I was just telling them that it's not going to happen again. They're not going to do what they did last week, and we're not going to let happen what's been happening to us. So, I was just being vocal with guys and, everyone was confident. No one out there had any doubt in their eyes or anything like that. So I wasn't worried about the last drive at all.
Yeah, I mean, how do you take that effort and that mentality into your season's finale against Weber State?
Oh man, I was telling guys in the locker room, let's go. We owe them one. We we felt that we should have the outcome of that game should have been way different. We banged with them for at least 2 quarters and just a couple big plays, and they got up on us. But I was telling everyone, just as soon as we got back to that locker room, let's lock in. We need that same effort this week, and we need to go finish this season off 500 and come into the fall going strong.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are battling back after just having a hard start to the season. You guys got to easily collapse and say, spring season, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are turning the mentality around. Where does that confidence come from?
It's a different group of guys, man. It's probably the best group of guys that, as a whole, that I've been around since I've been here. And there's no quit in this group. These guys, everyone here wants to win. Nobody's worrying about going home or anything after the game. Everyone's locked in for a full 4 quarters. And, we got a group of fighters. So, that's a good feeling knowing each week that regardless of the outcome of previous games, nobody's folding, no one's quitting. Everyone's, taking these opportunities on the chin and just saying, let's go ride.
Yeah, I mean, just how special is that going to be for your guys' last game and for the fall, just that confidence just rolling through?
Yeah, it'll be real special, so we'll see what happens. Coach Coop's going to game plan up as always on defense, and we're going to go out there and plan to get a W.
Appreciate it, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Rashid, just as a leader on this team, I know that you've probably been cheering the guys up after the last couple of games. What do you say to the guys after a win like this today?
Carry it into next week. Just like I previously mentioned with Adrian, a win is always good, but at least to me, I celebrate a little bit, but I just to turn this program around, we got to keep them rolling. Winning has to become the norm here. So, I'm just telling everyone to stay locked in, don't do nothing stupid tonight, obviously, and get ready to come back on Monday and go to work and get in the film room and, get back on the field of practice.
Is there anything different this year because of COVID? You guys can't really go out and celebrate. What do you do after wins like this?
I'm not really too sure. I'm an older guy, so I'm old and boring. I just go back to my house and just chill. But I don't really know what the younger guys do. I feel like this has kept us with the COVID thing. We've been locked in a lot more, and guys have not really been out partying or doing whatever, trying to. There's been less trouble to get into, you could say. So. Yeah, but me, I'll probably just go back home, wait for the film to get uploaded, and just relax.
Thanks. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Rashid, sorry, just a couple more. How good was it to see, a new guy make that play on that 4th down with Aiden? And I know he's not a freshman or anything, but he's a guy who's playing with you for the first time, and he was the one to sort of seal the game there.
It was great. I felt like we had guys all across the board just making plays. Everyone was just selling out. O'Shea had some big PBUs, Kennan with the big one in the end, and then just to finish that off on the 4th down, that last PBU was huge. And I just, I gave him a hug after and just told him, let's keep it going, but that definitely was huge for us as a team. And then I'm sure for him individually, obviously, to make that play.
What do you think you guys did well, defensively, maybe with the X's and O's, or just something that you were able to take advantage of? Because, looking at the numbers, I think you guys played really well, and obviously only giving up 22 points is pretty good too.
Our DC, Coach Cooper, he had a great game plan coming into this game, and he was just dialing up some great calls at the perfect moments, is just putting us in the great position to be successful. So, obviously we played hard, but I'll attribute a lot of that, if not all, to Coach Cooper and, some of the calls he was making out there.
Awesome. Thanks, Rashid. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yep. And thanks for taking the time with me this week.
Yes, of course, man. I appreciate that as well. Thank you.
You're good.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Hey, Steve, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So full capacity is where you guys are planning, correct, for the fall?
Correct.
Any other news too that we need to know about?